cloud. There we go. Okay. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to your practice. Welcome to our autumnal practice, ushering in and welcoming in the new seasonal change of autumn. So let's take a nice, comfortable seat onto your chair. Make sure your feet are firm forward. Knees are forward. Allowing very gently your heels to stay grounded to the earth. See if you can sit up a little bit taller and maybe even draw your shoulders back and down. Let your hands come to your lap. Take a nice big deep breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And again, just notice the way you feel as you arrive here for your practice. Notice the heaviness of your feet. Notice the hands resting on your lap or wherever they are comfortable. Feel your body get a little taller. Can you feel the crown of your head lengthen you higher to the sky? Take a moment to lift your shoulders up by your ears. Open your mouth and exhale. Please try that again. Draw the shoulders up by your ears. Roll them back and exhale. Good. Take another deep breath. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth. Big exhale. Last one. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth. Big exhale. Okay. Take your right hand. Give it a stretch to the ceiling. Release your right hand down. Please extend your left hand up and high to the ceiling. And lower it down. Good. Once again, right hand up high to the ceiling. And lower it down. Good. Left one. Nice, big, tall extension. And lower it down. Good. Now take that hand out to the right. Hi, Jim. And come down. Good. Left hand out to the left. And down. Good. Once again, right hand out to the right. And down. Left hand out. And down. Good. Right hand to the floor. Reach the fingers long. And back to your left. Left hand, reach those fingers long. And back. Good. Right hand again. Reach those fingers long and heavy to the earth. And return. Last one. Left hand heavy. Okay. Take your hands to your lap. Take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose. One more time. Open your mouth really loudly. Exhale. Good. Try that one more time. Be as loud as you can. Nice big deep breath. Open your mouth. Exhale. Beautiful. Let your hands come to your heart. Maybe you're just crisscrossing at your heart. Take a deep breath here and just settle onto an intention. Maybe it's just about how beautiful the autumn is in this turn of season. Perhaps it's just sending someone you know a little well wish, a little smile. Take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, gently relax your hands back down into your lap. Beautiful. Take your feet a teeny tiny bit wider than you have them. And let your body just sway gently from right to left, left to right. If you'd like to make it a little more of a circle, you're welcome to. Just creating that gentle, gentle rotation of the body. Nice and easy. Beautiful. After you've done a few circles one way, go ahead and reverse your direction. Again, soften through the elbows, soften through the jaw. Nice round circles. Beautiful. Completing that last one. And then restack your shoulders up over your hips. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Good. Turn your head slightly to your right side. Look out over or out your to the right side of your room. Inhale, head comes back to center. And then rotate the other way, out to the left. And then gently come back to center. And a little tilt, just right ear a little closer to your right shoulder. And back to center. And then left ear just a little closer to your left shoulder. And back to center. Good. Shrug your shoulders up and down just a couple times. Nice and easy. Beautiful. Now, as you take your next deep breath, push your feet really firmly into the ground. Good. And then lift your right hand just a little bit above your right foot. Your right leg. Sorry. Coming next, can you lift your right foot and tap your knee? Good. Bring that right hand down. Beautiful. You're going to try it again on the left side. Left hand just a little above your left leg. Can you lift the knee and tap? And bring your hand down. Good. Right side again. Lift your knee and down. Good. Left side. Lift your knee and down. Good. Now I want you to hold your hands up. And this time, holding your hands in the air, almost like you were playing the piano, I want you to stomp your right foot down 3 times. So stomp 1, stomp 2, stomp 3. Perfect. All right, left leg. Here we go. Lift and stomp 1, stomp 2, stomp 3. Beautiful. Now take your hands and do a little crisscross around. Crisscross again, the other way. Good. Crisscross once again around. All right, last one. And we're going to put those together. All right, so we're going to do the right side first. 3 stomps. Ready? So 3, push down hard. 2, push down hard. Good. Now 3 arm circles. 3, around in a circle. Good. 2, around in a circle. Good. Last one. Beautiful. Left leg. You can hold the hand above it. 3 stomps to the earth. So lift and push. Power down. You got it. Lift, push, power into your foot. 2, 1 more. Lift, push, power down. Good. 3 arm circles. Away we go with those arms. Good. Can you make them even bigger? Yes, really stretch those fingers, stretch the arms. Beautiful. And then relax your hands back onto your lap. Good. Shifting your weight just a little from right to left, left to right, right to left. And then come back to the middle and pause. Beautiful. Walk your hands forward a little and just give yourself a tiny little forward fold. So this should not be too aggressive. You don't want to come all the way down, just a little forward fold. Look towards the top of your mat, or if you're not using a mat, just look ahead of you on the floor so your neck stays nice and long. And then push deeper into your legs to come back and sit up tall. Good. Take your toes, turn them in. See my toes turned in? Yep. And then press your heels in. Turn your toes out like you were Mary Poppins. Good. And then bring your feet together. Good. Press your heels away. Toes are in, heels away. Leave your heels where they are. Rotate your toes out. Beautiful. Bring your toes back together. Bring your heels together. And then turn your toes out. Once again, you're Mary Poppins. Good. Can you lift your right heel up on that side? And press it down. Good. Left heel up. So you're feeling this in your ankle perhaps. Yeah, good. Right side. Use that mobility, stretching through the bottom of your foot. And down. Last one. Lift your left heel up. And bring it down. Good. Bring both feet together. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Take a deep breath. Stack your forearms on top of one on top of each other. So it's that kind of I dream of Jeannie-ish. Good. Squeeze those legs together. If you have a yoga block and you want to bring it in between your legs, you're welcome to do that to kind of give you something to actually hug on. A blanket works great too if you have one nearby or a pillow. All right, take a deep breath. And from here, as you exhale, twist just the arms and the torso. Try not to move your legs. Yeah, good. Inhale, come back to center. Take a breath and exhale the other one. Inhale, come back to center. Pause. Look at which forearm or which wrist is on top. Take your hands up to the ceiling and then recross in your second favorite way. Perfect. Deep breath in. We're going to go to the right again first. Exhale as you rotate. Inhale, come back to center. Good. Keep those shoulders up, stacked over your hips. Exhale the other way. Yes, it's nice. Good. Spine stays long. Beautiful. Come back to center. Big deep breath. Lift those arms up. And as you exhale, weave your hands down, 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 down. Good. Do that one again. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, weave, 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 weave all the way down. Good. Last one, just like that. Inhale, big giant stretch. And weave those arms all the way down. And then pull a little bit of that energy into your own heart space. Nice big deep breath in. And exhale. Beautiful. If you have that block in between your feet, go ahead and move it so it's under your left foot now. If you don't have a block, that's okay. But let your left heel come onto the block. Left toes can dangle off the top if your foot is longer than your block. And then scoot forward on your chair so that you can work that right leg forward and back. All right, push into the chair with your hands. You can hold the chair. Push into the block with your left foot. So part of our autumnal practice is to really anchor our bodies. So see if you can push that left foot powerfully into your block. Okay. And then from here, take your right foot out and bring it back and under you a little. Good. And press that right heel out. So keep going. I'm going to scoot back so you can see my feet a little better. And come back with the toes. Okay, so your right heel is going out. And then you can bring the foot under. If you can tuck your toes under and go a little deeper with the foot, go for it. If that bugs your ankle, top of your foot, just the ball of your foot next to one another. All right, last one. Good. And then from here, can you leave your right foot out in front of you? Good. Can you make small little circle or semicircles with the foot? Yes. Let it come from up in the hip, not just the ankle. Good. And then end up leaving your toes up to the sky. Beautiful. Take your right hand next to you on your chair. Take a deep breath. Lift that left hand way high to the ceiling. Go ahead and change that light bulb while we're here. Yeah. Beautiful. And then from here, take a breath. Can you bring the left hand across the body? Good. Palm can close to the leg or it can stay open. Good. Can you roll your belly button away from your bent knee? Take a breath. One more. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center. Unwind the left arm. Now take the right arm way up to the sky. Get tall into that stretch. And see if you can rotate your light bulb up on the ceiling. It's a day of changing the light bulbs, friends. All right, deep breath. Good. And then bring that right hand across your body. You can leave the palm open or can face your leg. But see if you can bring your right ribs forward and your left ribs behind you a little. Taking that gentle rotation right here. Deep breath in through the nose. One more time. Nice big deep breath in. Beautiful. Unwind, coming back to center, both hands beside you. Lift up that right foot. Leave the ball of your right foot down and let there be just that gentle windshield wiper, knee in, knee out. A couple of times. Beautiful. And then leave your left foot on the block. Right hand once again above your right knee. Can you lift your knee up? But keep pushing into that left block even more. So a little different than the variation we did a couple minutes ago. Push into the block. Good. Last one. Perfect. All right. And then if you need that little windshield wiper, go for it. Beautiful. Great job, everybody. All right. Take a moment to sweep your left foot off, and then you can play a quick little game of soccer to move the block over and put your right foot on the block. Toes forward. All right. Sit up nice and tall. Hands can come by your side. Allow your left heel to come forward, toes up, and tuck your foot back up. Beautiful. Stretching the heel out, toes up, and tuck your foot up. Beautiful. Two more. Out nice and long, heel extends, and tuck back under. Good. Last one, nice and long, heel extends, and tuck back. Good. Leave that heel out in front of you, and then make those semicircles. Okay, remember you really want it to come from high up in the hip, not just the ankle or the knee. Yeah, those look great. Beautiful. And then end with your toes nice and high to the ceiling. Take a big deep breath in, and with your right arm lift up to the sky. Open and close that light bulb or the doorknob on the ceiling. I don't know. Light bulb sounds easier, doesn't it? Good. See if you can move it into the shoulder, not just the wrist and fingers, but really big, broad movements into your shoulder. Yeah. We all look like we're in a parade, don't we? Just waving away. All right, deep breath as you exhale. Bring that hand down. It can rest on the outside of the thigh. That doesn't feel good. It can always stay on your right leg. But then take a deep breath and see if you can rotate your body towards your left leg. Nice big deep breath. You can use your chair, your left hand on your chair to create a little more resistance in your twist. Beautiful. On the inhale, come back to center. Good. Stretch the right arm up and then bring it down beside you on the chair. Good. Left arm takes a nice big deep breath, reaching up super duper high to the sky. And then exhale, you bring that hand across. Palm can open away from the body or it can face your leg. As you lengthen the crown of your head tall, exhale, let your left ribs come forward. Right ribs draw you back. Knees and toes nice and high to the ceiling. Deep breath in. One more time. Nice big deep breath. Beautiful. And then come back to center. Unwind your shoulders, fold your chair, bring the left leg back, and let there be that gentle little windshield wiper move. So the knee just comes in and goes out. Perfect. And then when you're ready, go ahead and restack your feet parallel with one another. Toes are forward. Please press your right foot heavily into your block. Sitting up nice and tall. Left hand comes over your left leg. Your right hand can be over the right leg too if you wish. But then see if you can push into the block and lift that left knee up and down. So really anchor into the right. Find that density in that foot. Think of it being stuck in some mud. Press it down. Good. Left one up. Good. Two more. Whew, nice job. Last one. Awesome. Set the foot down. Let the knee roll in and out. Good. So by pushing into the block, we have a sort of different starting point for each of our feet. It's very good neurologically to have that kind of spaced out that way. So nice work on that. Plus, it's a lot of good work for the core work and hip flexors. All right. Leave your left leg where it is. Turn the knee out. Take your right foot off the block, step wide, turn it out. If you have that block there, you can leave it in the middle and or you can take your second block and stack it up, okay? Hands onto your lap. Let's hop into one more of those circles. So just gentle movement, nice, easy round circles, and they don't have to be big. And if you don't have any yoga blocks, that's okay. I will offer modifications without them. But if you have them, they're great. Beautiful. Once you complete that last circle, please sit up nice and tall. Inhale, both arms way up to the sky. Stretching nice and long. Good. Can you keep the right hand reaching a little bit, or both hands reaching a little wider like a letter V? And then pull your elbows into your cactus. Good. Drop your fingers low into your scarecrow. Happy fall. Sweep those fingers back up to the ceiling. Good. Take a breath, and as you exhale, hug your forearms together. Open the arms wider. Hug your forearms together. Open wide. Good. Last two. Hug your forearms and open. Last one. Hug your forearms. Good. Stay here. Good. Can you lift one and lower? Back to center. And then lift the other lower. Yep. Yeah. Good. Good, good, good. Back to center. Good. It's kind of a crooked cactus. And center. Good. One more. Perfect. Back to center. Weave out those hands in front of you. Beautiful. Nice. All right. Take your hands to your lap. And I invite you to lean forward just a little bit. Okay. Now, if you have glaucoma or something going on in your spine, if you have blood pressure issues, you probably want to stop right here. If in fact it's okay in your body to lean forward a little more, you're welcome to bring your hands to those blocks, okay? So that you're having the extra support of the blocks and you're not leaning forward as much. Of course, the blocks do have various heights, so if you want to lean forward into a little bit deeper forward fold, that is comfortable. If that's comfortable for you, you can, you're welcome to. But be really mindful of keeping your spine nice and long. Just that little bit of an inversion. Let your body breathe into the space. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Nice big deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Can you leave your left hand where it is in the middle, or if you're resting on your lap, and take your right hand out to the side. If it feels okay, you can lift that right hand a little higher into a deeper twist. Yeah, these look great, everybody. Nice. Good. And then release your right hand back down. Right hand in the middle. Left hand opens a little wider. Deep breath. Exhale, continue that rotation. Release your left hand down. Good. Walking your hands back to your lap, push into your thighs, lengthen your spine, sitting up super tall. Good. Take a moment just to pause right here in case you get a little dizzy from that inversion. Yep. And then when it feels okay, sweep your hands up, 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 all the way to the sky. Exhale here. Hands gently come back into your heart. Beautiful. If you doubled up your blocks, you can get rid of one and rotate it so that it's on that largest amount of surface area facing up, and then heel toe or just walk your feet back into the middle of your space. Letting your left foot come up once again on the block. But this time, roll the knee out a little. So maybe you're on your pinky toe. Okay, if that doesn't feel good, ball of the foot, flat foot is fine. Okay, but if it feels okay to rotate out, that would be great. And then you can send your right foot forward. Hold the chair if you need to. So you're in kind of a seated tree pose. Left knee out, and it can come back up and go out. All right, so you're just allowing that support to come from the block on the floor to keep the knee out. Good. And then stay right here. Take a breath. Can you get a little taller in your spine? And you lift your right hand up. Good. Seated truth. Release your right hand down. If it feels okay, stretch the left hand way up to the ceiling. Anybody who's comfortable could take both hands up if you'd like. Just one at a time. Yeah. Nice big deep breath. Big stretch into the body. Beautiful. When you're ready, both hands can come back down to the chair. Lift your left knee up and then hop it to the outside of your block. Good. Can you hop it back on the block? Hop it off. Hop it on. Hop it off. Good. Two more. Beautiful. Last one. Perfect. All right. Then play a funny little soccer game. You have a square ball and move it over to your right side. Let your right foot come nice and flat to the block and then roll your knee out so that your pinky toe is more on the block. Okay, if that doesn't feel good, keep the knee up, especially if you've got anything going on in the hips. okay? If that turnout feels all right, you can go back and forth a couple times. And then leave the pinky toe on the block, big toe up, stretch your left foot out a little bit longer. See if you could stack your shoulders up over your hips once again, staying here in your tree pose. Fabulous. Left hand, can you stretch up to the sky? Beautiful branches. Release the left hand down. Can you take your right hand up higher to the sky? And again, if it's comfortable for you today to take both at the same time, you're welcome to. Beautiful, seated tree. So just like those leaves that are beginning to change on our trees, we have this vibrance that comes from the inside and extends out through our gorgeous fingers, our big, giant, deep breath lets this body extend and lengthen. Beautiful. When you're ready, one or both hands can come down. Beautiful. Turn the knee back up. Good. Hop it off to the side, the foot off to the side, and then bring it back to the block. Hop your foot off to the side and bring it back. Beautiful. Hop your foot off to the side and back. That last one, hop it off to the side and back. Beautiful. All right, bending both knees. We can play a little more soccer and move the block out of the way, or you're welcome to bend over and pick it up. All right, scoot yourself back into your chair. We're going to get on a little choo-choo train here. Just moving the arms. So do me a favor, watch if you have a chair that has a large back that you don't hit your elbow, okay? But if you can get a little longer into those arms, stretching them out. Yep. You can make a little fist if you wish. You can make the extend your fingers longer. In fact, if you can stretch your fingers like you were at starfish hands, that would be great too. Beautiful. All right, we are on a locomotive headed through, I don't know, somewhere that would be lovely to see the fall foliage. Upstate New York, maybe? They got a lot of apples up there. All right, can you reverse direction? So you're making this movement, big, big, big into the arms. There you go. Nice big stretch of the fingers, stretch of the arms. Good. Can you go the other way? Boop, boop, boop. All right. Only because you know that every now and then I'm a 5-year-old. Ring the whistle. Can you make a whoop whoop noise? You ready? Whoop, whoop. All right, hop back on that train. Get those arms going. All right, so that big breath, it's like our owl breath. All right, reach the arm up. Nice big deep breath. Here we go. Good. Go ahead with those arms. Let this get loud from your diaphragm. Send the air up. Here we go. Grab your train whistle. All right. Go ahead with the one last time. Grab your train whistle. Deep breath. Here we go. All right. Let your train arms slow down and eventually just pause. Hands on the lap. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and exhale. Good. One more time. Nice big deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and exhale. Beautiful. If you'd like to take a sip of water, you're welcome to do that. If you have your water bottle nearby or glass, something to drink, go ahead and do that. We will stand up after this, so if you'd like to clear your space of any of your props or any other materials, go ahead. And then you are welcome to stay in the chair if you prefer. If you'd like to stand up, that of course is up to you. Okay, hands can cross the heart. They can stay low if you wish. Nose goes over your toes as you shift your weight into your feet. Take a breath, press deeper into your feet and see if you can lift all the way back up. Yeah. If you had fun doing that, you'd like to do it again, you're welcome to. Okay. If you want to stay standing, you are welcome to just simply stay standing. And then move your chair, stand behind your chair. If you need to move it, go right ahead. Standing nice and tall behind your chair, fingertips can rest on the chair. If you're staying in the chair, you're just going to sit up really tall, everybody feel the crown of your head lift. If your feet are on the floor, press them deeper into the floor. Yeah, so that should be all of us. All right, if you are comfortable elevating your heels, go ahead. If you are seated in the chair, just lift your heels up off the floor. Good. Soften the heels back down. Beautiful. One more time. Nice big deep breath. Can you lift up those heels? Good. And press. Beautiful. Stay there. I'm going to turn my chair just a little bit so you can see. If you're standing, can you walk your feet back a little and take a slight little inversion? Just that little bit of a fold forward. See how that feels. All right. If you're seated in the chair still, just take your hands to your lap and lean forward. Right? Lengthen your spine. Take a nice big deep breath in. Out. One more. Nice big deep breath in. And deep breath out. Beautiful. If you are seated at your chair, go ahead and make sure you are walking your toes back up towards the chair. Oh, I just took. Sorry. And stand up nice and tall, coming back to that nice tall standing posture. Tadasana, mountain pose. Beautiful. All right, so from here, keep your right foot on the floor, bend your left knee. Right hand stays on the chair. Can you lift your left foot off the floor? Can you lift your left hand off the floor? So if you're remaining in the chair, you're just lifting that knee up, similar to what we did earlier. If you're balancing on one leg, give that left hand a nice big stretch. Perfect. Beautiful. Left foot comes back down. Left hand comes down. Switching sides. So your left foot is now your strong and stationary leg. Go ahead and bend your right knee. Lift that right foot up off the floor. Lift your right hand. And you can stretch it up if you want. Good. Nice big deep breath. Beautiful. One more nice big deep breath. Perfect. Release your right hand and release your foot. Can you step a little wider? Just shift your weight from side to side. Beautiful. Maybe making that hula hoop scoop. And reverse your direction as it feels good. All right. Perfect. And then from here, come back and stand nice and tall. Now you are welcome to continue facing forward, or if you'd like to turn a little bit to your right. So your right hand is on the chair, your right foot is pointed away, and we'll take a tree pose here. So the right foot will stay heavy. Your left knee will bend. Lift it up and turn the toes out, bringing the big toe to the floor. Heel a little bit higher. Can you stand up taller through the body? Good. If you can lift the foot up a little higher and press it into your calf, you're welcome to. Left hand can also lift up if that feels all right. Beautiful. If you're staying seated in the chair, just go back to that seated chair we did a little while ago with one toe up, or you can leave the toes on the floor. Okay. Find a nice big deep breath in. One more. All right. When you're ready, release your left hand down. Release the left foot all the way to the floor, and then you can turn yourself the opposite way for the second side. So your left leg is nice and close to the chair, left hand on the chair. Bend your right knee, peeling your heel off the floor. Lift your foot up and turn it out. Big toe on the floor can come closer to your ankle, and stay here to balance. If it feels good to lift that right arm up, perhaps you're a cactus, Perhaps you're an oak tree with really tall branches, stretching your fingers really long. Take a deep breath in. One more. Fabulous, everybody. Releasing your hand very gently when you're ready. Turn your foot in and come back to stand nice and tall. Good. Stand up nice and tall behind your chair. One more time for a big deep breath in and a deep breath out. Beautiful. All right, we will wander back to our chair if you're standing. If you have your light weights, please take them with you. Make sure your chair is nice and close to your back of your legs before you sit down. And when you're ready, please have a nice seat back down onto the chair. So light weights, if you have them. If you don't have light weights, that's okay. We'll just use a block, or you can just pretend. It's perfectly fine too. If you have your light weights, one per customer, one per hand, and then make sure your feet are nice and flat once again, knees and toes pointed forward towards the front of your space. Okay. All right. Take the hands, let them hang nice and low towards the floor. All right. So let the weight, kind of funny to say, the weight of the weight to let your hands get heavier. All right. From here, curl your arms up to your shoulders and let the arms come down. Good. Do that again. Palms stay open and in front of you. Beautiful. Last one. Hold those arms right by your shoulders. Rotate the palms to face each other and bring them down to 90 degrees. Now squeeze your elbows in, rotate the weights out and bring them back. Okay, so out. It's almost like you were clanking some cymbals together. Out and bring them together. But last two. Beautiful. Last one, hold them here. Thumb comes up to your shoulder. Pinky finger comes down towards your leg. Good. Thumb comes up towards your shoulder. Pinky finger comes back down. Good. So you're working on an externally rotated bicep curl. Yeah, a little bit more broad through the chest. Good. Make sure your shoulder blades are hugging together. Good. Last one, just like this. And then I want you to leave the arms right here by your shoulders. Roll the palms so they're facing each other. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, push your hands all the way up to the ceiling. And then from there, pull them back down. Okay, can you keep your elbows relatively narrow? Push up and pull back down. Okay, if the weights are getting heavy, you can get rid of them and simply do these actions without those weights. Push and pull back down. We're going to do one more time. Big deep breath. Exhale. Push all the way up and pull all the way down. Good. Let the weights come to your lap so they can rest, and bring them to one side or the other. Okay, so it doesn't matter. I just don't want them to fall on your toes. Take your left wrist and roll it around. And reverse your direction. Beautiful. And then we'll switch sides. So bring the weights over to your left leg. Hold them steadily with your left hand and let the right wrist roll out. And reverse. Good. All right, take the weights one more time, one per customer. Sweep the elbows closer together and see if you can open those shoulders out. All right, so bring them together. Pinky fingers can touch. And then from here, pause. Can you push your hands up? All right, elbows wide. Roll those palms to face your nose. Elbows wide and up. All right, this, my friends, what we are doing, you can smooth it out, is called an Arnold press. I bet you can't guess who it's named after. Think strong weightlifter, movie actor turned governor, Do you have a guess? Yep, it's the Arnold press. Good. Last one. Elbows wide and rotate. Beautiful. Release your hands down. Good. We'll set those weights down and off to the side. So make sure they're safe out of your way. You're welcome to roll your wrists around a couple times, forward and back. Beautiful. And then act like you're sort of dragging your fingers through some sand. Spread them out and just crisscross them right over left, left over right, right over left, all the way. Beautiful. And then eventually allow your hands to come back to your lap. Take a deep breath, feeling the crown of your head lift you even taller. And exhale your shoulders away from your ears. Left hand comes close to your chair. Sweep the right one up nice and tall. Big deep breath here. And as you exhale, give yourself a little bit of a deeper stretch out towards the hallway. Or the hallway. In my building right now, that's to the hallway. Sorry. In your space, whatever direction it is. Hallway, window, whatever. Good. Come back to center. Beautiful. Switch sides. Right hand close to your leg. Deep breath. Left one goes out. Stretch it long and then exhale. Give yourself that little bit of a crescent. Good. Come back to center. Beautiful. And release. Good. Take your right arm back up. We're at the apple orchard. So give that apple a twist. Bring it across your body. Put it in a satchel on your hip. Inhale, stretch back a little further. Twist the apple and bring it across your body. Good. And again, reach to lengthen. Give it a twist. Cross your body. Last one. Lengthen here. Twist, twist, and cross your body. Beautiful. Switching sides, right hand. We're on the other side of the orchard. Left arm stretches. Give a twist. Exhale, cross your body. Lengthen here, fingertips long. Give another twist and cross your body. Good. Two more. Can you reach a little higher, a little further behind you, somewhere different? Twist, twist, and cross your body. Last one. Nice big deep breath. Stretch, twist, twist, exhale, and crisscross. Good. Take your hands, bring them to your side. Inhale, both arms up. Nice big deep breath. Reach as tall as you can. Exhale your elbows long into a wide cactus. Nice big deep breath. See if you can rotate your fingers down towards the floor. Rotate your fingers back up. Stretch up even taller. And then weave your arms all the way down. Beautiful. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, stretch those fingers up. Exhale, elbows nice and wide. Beautiful. Rotate your fingertips down towards the floor. Rotate your fingertips back up. Stretch up. Exhale, weave your hands down, bringing your hands back together near your heart, interlacing your fingers. And I'm going to turn, you don't have to. But exhale, push your hands away. And see if you can pull your belly button in a little, wrap your spine. Deep breath in and out. One more time, deep breath. Beautiful. And then come back up. Let your hands rest on your lap. See if you can push your belly button forward. Let your shoulders back so there's a little arch in your back. Lift your eyes. Lift your chins. Nice big deep breath. And exhale. Beautiful. When you're ready, walk your hands forward. Let your belly button come in and lean a little into your legs. You can leave your hands on your lap, or if it feels okay, you can let your forearms come onto your lap. Very gently shaking your head, yes. And very gently shaking your head, no. And then pause, take a breath, Let your hands wander back up your lap. Keep walking all the way up. Take a nice big deep breath. Sweep those hands out, up, out, and around. And as you exhale, pull your hands a little bit closer to your heart space. Beautiful. All right. I have a little bit of a longer sort of relaxation planned for our class. So I want you to find somewhere that you're comfortable. If it's in your chair and it's propping your feet up onto your blocks or another chair or an ottoman, please do. If it is using an actual couch or a chair nearby, you're welcome to elevate your feet that way. If it is using a blocker, a bolster under your feet, go ahead. Remember, you want to be comfortable. And we're going to do a little massage into a little bit of guided or relaxation into autumn. Sometimes we move a lot. All right, in this practice, we got our bodies moving quite a bit. And now we're going to just move into this sweetness of our autumn and autumnal seasonal change. Okay, so as you get comfortable, before you get way too comfortable, give your hands a little bit of a rub. You can massage into the hands, into the fingers a little bit more if you'd like. Right, you can massage into the base of the hands, into the wrists. You're welcome to do that little clearing of the gate. You're just kind of letting your fingers come up a little bit higher. So you shift into the weight of moving through the fingers, right? You can bring your fingers together and kind of crisscross them here, just like this. So you're using that space here. And then take your hands and bring them to the back of your neck, and you can massage gently into that space where the back of your head and your neck meet. You can give a little massage into your neck. If there's a little tension there, maybe use 1 to 2 fingers for just some gentle, gentle pressure. You can massage a little deeper into your shoulders as well, into that space, your trapezoid, upper part of your trap, where your neck and your shoulders meet. And then you can take your fingers just over your collarbones, a little deeper into that top part of your chest. And if you'd like, you can even just do a few little gentle taps. Go into your sternum area as well. Beautiful. And then maybe just one hand kind of comes across the body towards your shoulder, down to the elbow and fingers. And you can do the other side. To the elbow, fingers too. Right. And then bring both hands together. You can gently make some circles in the belly. Gentle. This helps with digestion. Just give some very gentle circles into the belly. Beautiful. And then you can bring your hands a little further closer to your ribs and bring those fingers around. Yep. Beautiful. And then from there, just shake out the fingers, give them a flick, and relax your hands wherever they land. If it's back on your belly, if you want one hand closer to the heart, one to the belly. If you can take a moment to soften a little bit deeper into maybe closing your eyes, you are welcome to do that as well. Take a nice big deep breath in and a nice soft, sweet exhale. Autumn's beauty. As the days grow shorter, we tend to acknowledge the changing of season without understanding that we too are in transition. Autumn reveals itself slowly, hovering on the edges of our consciousness until its crisp breezes are strong enough to pierce our summer clothing And we notice for the first time the transformations taking place all around us. Autumn is invigorating, a time to gather our thoughts in the same way that we might once have collected crops. And just as animals collect acorns to store them, we reap the fruit of our accomplishments. Autumn also ushers in a new slowness of being for most of us, as the tone and tempo of our lives change along with those of all Mother Earth's children. Dormancy is the hallmark of fall. Your priorities will likely change as nature flares into sunset brilliance and then lapses slowly into slumber. But remember to rejoice in the beauty of nature, where every finale serves as an overture for a new beginning. Or so gently begin to draw your awareness back to your space. Please take a nice big deep breath in, then exhale with a gentle sigh. Perhaps you can turn your head slightly to your right side and take another breath. Draw your head back to your left side and take another breath. Coming back to center with your chin, allow your fingers to roll around as if you were rolling a marble in between your hands. Maybe making larger movements, stretching your fingers, rolling your wrists. If you wish to sit up a little taller, move your legs, you're welcome to. If you want to just even take a nice big stretch, feel free. Let your fingers extend, let your arms extend, let your legs extend. And then bring your hands gently back to where they're comfortable. Maybe it's right at your heart, or maybe your palms are pressed together in what we call Anjali Mudra. Take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, exhale with a smile. Smiling to yourself in gratitude for coming to this practice today, for staying involved in your exercise and your movement. Take another deep breath in. Exhaling to this beautiful autumnal seasonal change that we all grow through, where we grow, we become even better versions of ourselves. Take a nice big deep breath in and a nice breath out. It is from my heart to yours that I humbly say thank you to each and every one of you for being here. You are amazing. You are incredible. It's such a great day when I get to spend time with all of you. So thank you again for being here, and I hope you go and enjoy a nap. Namaste, my friends. Thank you for being here again. Stay well, stay incredible.
Thank you. Great class.